Hello, I'm Remy, Statistical Wonder Kid. Welcome to the Statistics Realm. This is where I perform my tests, as well as where I've been trapped for the last 2.5 years. Today, I am going to be answering one of the most important questions. Is gaming good? And by that, I mean, does gaming make you have a faster reaction time? Because let's be honest, that's all that really matters. I mean, who cares if you haven't showered in the last week if you can react a few milliseconds faster? In order to determine whether gaming can make you react faster, we need data. But I can't have people lying, so I randomly selected one advisory from each grade and then asked members during its advisory period whether they play video games, how long they play video games, and then I made them do a reaction test. After collecting data, I got this plot. It was somewhat linear. So then, I decided I would run a linear regression t-test to see how strong the correlation was. Well, if there was one. I then got the equation y equals 2.7 minus 0.0037x. It also gave me an r-squared value. The r-squared value essentially is a number that tells you how strong a relationship is. They range from -1 to 1. A 1 would mean a perfect positive linear relationship. A -1 would mean the opposite, a perfect negative linear correlation. A 0 would just mean no relationship at all. After performing our test, we found that we had an r-squared value of 0.008. Well, we found no evidence that gaming has any effect on reaction time. But if you're some boomer who thinks that all video games should be purged, you also shouldn't be rejoiced because there's no evidence that gaming worsened reaction time, so that's that, I guess. Forget it, it was probably lag. Anyway, check. The rubric says I got everything that required. I mean, oh, I have to finish it in 5 minutes? Including questions? Well, I'm about to speedrun the rest of this. While I was collecting data, not only did I check people's reaction times and how many hours they spend gaming, I also kept track of who was in the red and the gold team. This meant only one thing. I was going to check to see whether red or gold team was better in reaction time. I began by calculating the means of the red and gold team samples. And what do you know? Red teams is lower. What a promising and frankly unsurprising start. My null hypothesis was that the red and gold teams population have the same mean, and because we all know that red team is better than gold team, I made my alternative hypothesis that the red team's population mean is lower than the gold team's. Now I decided to use a 95% test of significance, as it would be very unlikely for that to just happen through random chance. After performing a p-test and comparing means, I found that my p-value was... I decided to use a 70% test of significance, and since my p-value is 0.265, which is lower than 0.3, I reject the null hypothesis, meaning we have evidence that red team's population has a faster reaction time than gold teams. What a journey! Thank you for joining me in the statistics realm. I hope you like it, because you can't leave. I learned that the hard way.